Black metal lesson number 42. Today we're going to do something a bit more for the beginners, and we're going to find some cool patterns that you can make riffs from. So the tone I'm using, you can get it from my Bandcamp, and I'm using IR Pack 2. It just works really nicely with this guitar. So the first pattern follows these frets, 5, 1 and 0. So that would be an A power chord, an F power chord and an E power chord. So here's a riff that you can use following this pattern. So if you want to think of this intervallically, you can start on A, then you move down a major third, which is 4 frets, and then you move down a flat second, and then you move up a flat second. And you could take this exact same pattern and move it across the neck. So if we start it in E, and you can play it like that. Of course, we can add a couple more notes in there. So now let's go back to the original chord progression. Now instead of playing the F chord, we can either play the G or the G sharp. So those frets will be 3 and 4. So maybe you could do a pattern like this, which is 5, 1, open, 3, or you can do this, 5, 1, open, and 4. And of course, I'm just playing regular power chords there. You can change those into minor thirds or throw in a major third in there somewhere. But that's one pattern. The next one I picked up from Dark Space. So here I'm playing a C sharp power chord, which starts on the 4th fret of A. Move it down 2 frets, then move it up 3 frets. 4, 2 and 5. So you start off with the C sharp, then you move down 2 frets, which is a natural second, and then you move up 3 frets, which is an interval called the minor third. And if you want to do it in reverse, you could do that as well. The next one is picked up from Vartain, and it works really nicely with minor bar chords. So it's like this. At the beginning, it's an E minor, which starts on the 7th fret on the A string. Then you move down 4 frets. Then you move up 3 frets. Intervallically, starting on your E, go down 4 frets, which is the major third. Then you go up the minor third. So this chord progression also works quite nicely with arpeggiated chords. And you can get that more ritually kind of sound. And of course you can just play this with regular power chords as well. The next chord progression is very Iron Maiden. which is just E, C, and D. So intervallically, starting on an E chord, go down a major third, then up a natural second. So starting on 7, minus 4 frets, then up 2. This chord progression can work quite nicely if you use a minor triad inversions. The next one is a bit more 1349 influenced. And that's using these frets here. So starting on your regular E power chord is open, 1, 3, 4. So it kind of follows an F harmonic minor kind of pattern, like that. But instead of starting on the F, we start on the E. And it's like the same kind of chords at the end of Manifest. But that movement there is actually really neat and cool to use in other parts because you can move it up into the higher register. So you can make it sound a bit more like Marduk if you just play the same chords in an upper register and add a open tremolo picked low E in between the chords, like. And you can also include the 5th fret of the A string in there as well. So just to recap that one, it's just following this pattern, which is open, 1, 3, 4. And you can use any of those notes or turn them into chords in any order you like. And it's quite a simple one to remember. From any note you start with, you go up 1 fret, then 2 frets, then 1 fret. And of course you can make it single notes and make it a bit more Nile and Egyptian-y, I guess. And the last one, let's keep it, and the last one is super simple. It's just a tritone. You just move up a chord that's 6 frets up or down a string and once to the right if you're using the low E string. So here is an E, and I'm playing the B flat, which is 1 and 3 on A and D, and then you can use that across the neck. So there's a few patterns and chord progressions that you can try. Of course, I've mainly stuck to power chords for simplicity's sake. If you want to swap these out with minor triads or major chords in there as well, you can totally do that. But that should give you a good insight into making some more black metal sounding riffs.